Hello again, wooden car toy fans. So I have to give a props out. I got these 4 CandyLab cars by a website called Kinder Dreams or Kinder Dreams. They're out of Singapore. So I bought from these guys because I live in Thailand, and this CandyLab brand has no Southeast Asian, well, they have no representation in Thailand. So I bought from the Philippines and now Singapore. So just want to give a shout out. Check out their website, kinderdreams.com.sg. But, I paid full price, all that stuff. So here's a little preview of what's to come. We're going to just start with the White Beast today, which is basically like a Lincoln Continental. So this packaging here is kind of nice. The lettering is actually raised. It's been stamped, and then glossy and matte finish. So an interesting form of packaging. So let's see what this blurb says. All right. Okay. Anyways, for 3-year-old kids, it weighs that's a pretty precise gram weight. I'll take their word for it. It's around 300 grams. It's nice that they tell you it's around 129 scale. That's kind of cool. I'll have to do math, right? It's made in China, designed in Brooklyn, and so distribution by Mock Studio and then also in Australia. Interesting. Okay, well, let's check it out. Alright, here's an edit. I very much am redoing this whole video because I was really harsh on this thing. And then I realized this is the old packaging. So I looked at the box here and it says 2018. So they've gone to a slightly different packaging, which still has problems, by the way, but not as bad as this. So if you're interested in maybe picking up this White Beast or any of these from this time frame, 2018 or so, you might want to think twice, and we'll take a look why. So anyways, so you see the Beasts, and this is called the White Beast. I'm guessing there's 4 in total, but ATH, House of Candy, nothing on the bottom. And so first thing is, this is cardboard. Cardboard is abrasive, paper is abrasive. If you have ever had eyeglasses, sunglasses, you know not to use paper towels. If you have a nice car, you know not to wipe it with paper towels. So there's some paint from the roof on this cardboard. So that paint is now here instead of there. So that's the issue. What's even worse is this cradle of cardboard. So vibration and shipping is basically sandpaper now, right? So if you take this out, the packaging didn't prevent it, cause any dents, which is good, but the problem is this. I've already tried to clean this off as well as I could. It was a lot worse. Look at this. All that is the color from the cardboard, right? And I can't get it out. So I'm gonna guess this is not clear-coated paint because it literally absorbed into the white. I tried alcohol even, which is probably a bad idea, but water didn't work, alcohol doesn't seem to work. It's just permanently in there. So that's why I was really harsh, because it looked even a lot worse than this earlier. So again, if you want it to look nice, I guess you have to skip on this one because it comes with this old packaging. Alright, so the tires here, they say Candy Grip and 20-9. It's a really low profile tire. The wheel is made of plastic, ABS I assume, and it's got this domed little hubcap thing, which I think is really just like the fancy nail, and that's going into the body. And this play here is typical of the brand. I think that is to allow it to maybe wander around as like a suspension to get around irregularities in whatever you're rolling it down. Makes it a better rolling toy. This is, I believe, something for a rubber band for their tow truck, which uses a rubber band. So here we have the brand. This is all Tampa printed paint, designed in Brooklyn, 4908 lot number. No clue what this is. This is the designer. And it's interesting they have little prints for the mud on this thing. So that's kind of nice. So you can see it's a 3-piece construction here for the main body. And so you can see these are far more inset because they want to have the louver kind of thing, louver effects. So if you're unaware, this is like a 1960s Lincoln Continental. I'm pretty sure of it as far as inspiration goes. It's not supposed to be a specific car, but tell me if there's a different car you think this looks like. Okay, alright, so the front end, no details, and not enough paint in my opinion. See, it's all, or maybe there's the cardboard again. It's like purpley or something, sort of discoloration from the cardboard. This little corner looks okay, but this corner, it looks pretty bad, right? So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe there's too much paint in that area. Pleasantly, it's not too gappy. They're glued tightly, so that's good. And then this cockpit is glued pretty well as also. The wood pieces are actually relatively flat. I've seen some where they're warped because wood does warp. That's to be expected, I guess. So these are properly dried before they were used, these pieces of wood. A little gappy back here, so alright, never mind, it is a little warped. But not so bad, doesn't bother me. You can actually see the rings of the tree right here, so that's kind of neat. But sadly, if you look closely, that cardboard again, discoloration here, 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 and there's some paint missing because it's back on the cardboard, so a lot of discoloration. And again, I cleaned this thing off. Alright, so the taillights, this looks like a tampo print here. This one though, I don't know, it's just so splotchy, like there's 2 extra puddles of paint, meaning that wouldn't be a tampo print, so I think this is done by hand. I don't know, maybe they use masking tape, you know, and then just hand paint it, but there's literally too much there. Still, it's okay. And then there's also extra paint here, which I don't really understand. Why would there be extra paint there? It's not like gravity put it there, unless... Oh, now maybe they took this piece before this and dried it that way. And the paint pooled up, and this is the table it was sitting on, that flatness. So it's a little weird. It's also up here, so something about how they paint this stuff. They're not suspending the parts. Okay, and then yeah, you got your typical paint imperfections, and that seems to be common amongst all collectible cars, not just wooden ones. Die-casts also have that problem. Yeah, some sort of weird splotchiness there as well. Maybe not enough white paint or something. Okay, so yeah, the main issue is that packaging is just a horrible idea. You shouldn't use paper because the paper is abrasive. And then it colored paper, in this case black, which is really a dark purple, I assume. If you look at a Sharpie, black Sharpies are really just dark purple. And so that's why it looks kind of purple here, because that's the color from the paper getting absorbed by this white paint. So it's really unfortunate. I can't get it out. So maybe someday I'll just... It seems to be on the bottom half only. I could theoretically just mask off the top half on these 2 sides and then paint. I'll have to mask off the wheels, of course. And then I could just paint those. I'll never get the white the same color, of course, but maybe I'll just, I don't know, maybe I'll just paint a different color there. I'm not going to do it today, but since it's already, you know, imperfect, I guess I'll just paint it another time when I feel like it, and then maybe I'll even touch this up, sand it down, paint it again so it's smooth, and get rid of these things. But you know, should you have to basically repaint the things you buy? I don't think you should, but as mentioned, the packaging is different nowadays. So you can look up some other reviews where you'll see that. The only other sedan I have is the police car. And this has its own problems in itself, like that paint being totally splotchy there. But what's really weird is this. There's a giant swatch of white paint there when I don't think it was needed at all. Like, this looks perfectly fine. I think someone would just accidentally wiped it with the paintbrush. It's really strange. But yeah, you see the cardboard thing it came on. It scratched up the bottom. And then this front end, it looks like it was painted by a 3-year-old. I just don't understand why. This is so wavy when you have this that looks so perfect, right? And this line looks so perfect compared to this. So it's a mystery. I don't know what happened here. There was also paint missing on this corner when I reviewed it. I just touched it up with a black marker. Alright, well, another car from this era, I would say, is this Woody Redo. And this really uses a wood veneer, which tends to peel up a little bit. And then also, I think they touched this up at the factory because there's a giant chunk of paint missing, but is color coded. So, the touch up, right? So, I don't know. They just chipped it and touched it up, I think, at the factory. It does have this magnetic surfboard, which is kind of neat, and there's no indication of magnets whatsoever. So, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, I just wished maybe they didn't use the wood veneer and just tampo printed some sort of fake wood pattern on them. Alright, well anyways. Definitely looks like a Lincoln Continental. So there's an image of a really cool 65 Continental. If you look at this, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the inspiration. You know, the triangular taillights and stuff, and yeah, just the canopy proportions and all that stuff. Yeah, very cool, very cool. It's one of my favorite cars, favorite American cars of all time. I almost thought about buying one a long time ago, back when they were only like $15,000. But I think it was when like Entourage was really popular. But those convertibles have like 20 actuators or something in them, so I thought better. And also, I even knew gas prices were high back then, so that's not really relevant. Anyways, so you avoided a really negative review because I was really angry with all the staining on this thing because I paid full price, right? But they're slowly learning maybe over there, although still many of the new products I get from them, a lot of issues. The brand really just needs to take plastic bags and put these in plastic bags. Most toys come in plastic bags or plastic cradles because it's less harsh, it's less abrasive than paper is. It's that simple. Bandai uses a lot of plastic bags. It's not good for the planet, but you gotta remember, packaging is, its purpose is to get a product to its consumer in safe condition, right? So I would like to get a nice product. That's all. Is that too much to ask? Anyhow, let's hope that the next few videos are positive as well. And I've ordered like 15 of these things, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm very committed to this brand. I really like the simplistic nature of them. So you're gonna see more videos from these guys, from me, that is, and no matter what. It's just whether or not they're going to be positive videos or negative videos, because I am buying all this stuff with my own money. So hopefully, you can understand that. All right, thank you for watching. We'll see you the next time. Over and out.